Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, hold up. I left it downstairs. That's okay. It's okay. So, okay. I don't know what my volume sounds like. Let me just turn it down just a little bit. Okay. So, I'm about to do a reading for us. This is for all the signs. I asked what this reading is going to be about, and what I heard is everything in good time. hmm Everything in good time. So, oh, oh my gosh. Electronics have been totally frustrating me today. Frustrating me. Frustrating. So while I get these cards ready, if you guys haven't already, go follow me on TikTok. Follow me there too. I've been going live on there a couple times already, and it has been interesting. It's been interesting. Let me tell you. I don't know. It's kind of like uh yeah, some people be inviting me to misbehave, and I'd be like, "Okay, sure." They thought they knew, they thought they knew, but they didn't. But they didn't. They didn't know. I think one of my least favorite yet favorite things is not really a favorite, but sometimes I find it hilarious. Oftentimes I don't, but sometimes I do. Is when people people believe the aesthetic. They believe the aesthetic, and it causes them to think that they can. If you say so, baby boo. Oh my gosh. So I wouldn't say I've been misbehaved on TikTok. I will say this. I have been intentionally cultivating the space that I occupy, because you gotta teach them. They gotta learn. They gotta learn, boo. They gotta learn. Oh, okay. Let's get started, guys. All right. Okay. Something's coming home to you. This feels really good. This actually feels really, really good. Oh god. Why I speak so soon? Why? Why you do that? Okay. All right. Uh, are y'all over the twin flame topic yet? I've been. Not kind of. I have been over the topic, right? So here's the thing. This was going really good until certain cards came out. It was going really good. Okay, it's contained. Perfect. So, Foundation and Homecoming. These two cards, it's like bada bing, bada boom. There is a pushing forward of certain things. Like what is needing to be is about to be, right? What is needing to be is about to be. And it is definitely something that I would think that it's been making you feel some type of way, like you can feel it. It's something that's becoming a much more visceral experience for you. And dang it. So I was told to go ahead and switch the words on the screen. There's some information coming forward on twin flame topics that I'm just really not amused with. So, all right, we got the foundation, right? Homeland. We have the hearth, homecoming. So it's going from an external world straight into the internal world. There's going to be a convergence that's taking place. This is not going to be a twin flame reading like y'all think. It's going to be about aliens and, fun stuff. Fun stuff like aliens and their probes, right? So there's a homecoming taking place. This is part of a divine fulfillment. This is not going to apply to everyone. I will tell you that right now. And I will tell you again, this will not apply to everyone. This has a lot to do with divine, like very, very high level divine type processes. Like there are agendas that are being pushed forward. Whatever these agendas are, creation is pushing back. Okay. So this is probably going to exclude a large portion of people who are into the twin flame topic. Okay. This has to do with alien shit. Aliens. Aliens. Okay. Aliens. Big headed astronauts. Okay. So breathe. There's a fulfillment that's being pushed forward. I think the better caption, Mika, is Blu-ray update. I think that's the more accurate caption. It ties into twin flame stuff, but I really feel like that's the more accurate caption. So there's a fulfillment that's taking place because like nefarious type alien stuff is just not, they're not willing to just chill the f out. They're just not willing to. And so there's a pushing forward of certain um there's no other word, certain agendas. And so creation is pushing back. Now, from the bottom comes the masculine, right? And the bottom does not mean they're less than. It is an opposition of positioning, right? She is raising up and he is holding it down. This is a commingling of energies. It's a convergence that's about to take place. Whatever this convergence is, we don't remember it. We were not allowed to remember it. The details of this is always wiped from our collective memories. Mud flood, anyone? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You hear about the mud flood? No? Exactly. 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 Okay. So this is definitely something that um because even our ancestors don't remember this, they're not allowed to remember this, we're definitely not going to remember it either. But if we begin doing some very deep type of work where um you really assess where your fears are, you really assess the type of connections that you have with others, real connections, depth of connectivity, I feel like we're going to do perfectly fine through this. And it's not even going to happen next week or next month. It's something that we are slowly being prepared for the eventuality of these types of circumstance, right? You have to make sure that you begin practicing consciously bringing yourself back to a place of stability where, if things get you feeling some kind of way, you got to make sure you bring yourself back. You got to make sure you choose to go back to your point of center. Centeredness is so crucial. I was talking about this yesterday on TikTok, and I've said it here on my channel for quite some time. All of these spiritual teachings that really are bastardized and stolen, then bastardized from esoteric texts. They don't tell us the truth. They tell us a component of the truth, and then they fill it with additional lies that really convolutes everything. A lot of spirituality teachings are about, like, oh, balance, balance, balance. Okay, but if you don't go into center, you're going to keep wasting your energy and your time trying to balance. All you have to do is enter into a space of center. By virtue of your centeredness, you are naturally balanced. Okay. For some of us, those of you who are like me, spastastic, no chill, what's up? For those of you who are spastastic, no chill, like me, it's okay, boo. I see you. You see me. We vibing. Why am I bringing this up? Because for those of us with no chill, we're meant to go faster. One of my friends made this analogy years ago, and it's always stuck with me. Because I'm living chaos. I mean, I don't bring chaos into other people's lives, but I'm chaos. Everything about me is chaotic, my energy, all of that. But I thrive in my own internal chaos. And my friend once told me that I'm very much like a spinning top, the child's toy. The faster it spins, the more steady it is, right? It only begins to wobble as it begins to slow down. The slower it goes, the more pronounced the wobble until eventually it falls over. So, for those of us who are chaotic like that, I'm not talking about messy. There's a difference between being chaos, which is pure creation energy, and being messy. Society has tried to convince us that they're one and the same. I beg your pardon, ho. No, they're not. They are not one and the same when you are speaking about people, character, um, divine processes. They are not one and the same. They are not one and the same. They are very different things. So, this is not about being messy. This is about acknowledging when you have access to pure chaos type energy. Why is it extremely, extremely, extremely difficult to negate me? And how do you negate chaos? You don't know what the fuck it's going to do. You just don't. I've been having a field day over on TikTok because these motherfuckers coming on my live stream acting like they know me. They don't even know me. They judge me based on my aesthetics, which cracks me up because I be knowing you low grade discrimination. Oh, you thought, you thought I was just going to be some docile fetish? Yeah. And then they try so hard to try and dominate the space. Boo, that don't work with me. It does not work with me. I don't find that amusing. But what I do find amusing is putting you back in your place. They don't know how to negate that. Why? How? Well, it's a chaotic approach. Civilized people don't do that. Yeah, well, civilized people encourage you to let others walk all over you because you have to be civilized. Now, I don't believe you always have to tap into that savagery, but I do believe you need to have an appropriate level of approach, potency in your approach, I mean, and choose wisely because the way you allow people to witness how others will maltreat you will encourage those who are also predatory, not predatory, predatory. Yeah. It'll encourage the others to also be very disrespectful to you. So everything in good time. Maybe it's time for some people in your life or something to find out that you've had enough. Now, I don't want to encourage conflict, but we do have to understand that sometimes conflict is the pathway, the avenue that gets you to the other side of the ugly that you've been dealing with, right? So Invocation. This is not something you're going to start. You're not going to invoke this. You're not calling this to yourself. You are not initiating things. You're not being encouraged to be a trouble starter. Okay? I have this rule in my mind. People who start shit need to lick the spoon. Right? They need to lick the spoon because they will be contained and they'll be left with a shit stirring spoon. They're going to have to lick it. They're going to have to own it. Lick claim. They're going to have to lick claim that spoon. You started it. Okay. Don't start crying when someone you're starting stuff with puts you back in your place. You act out of pocket. That's what's going to happen. Eventually, that's what's going to happen. And part of what's happening right now is like, maybe this is about calling you out on the ways in which you have allowed and allowed and allowed all of the wrong things for yourself, wrong things for others, right? You thought you were being nice by not saying anything because you didn't want to hurt feelings, which I get. Sometimes I do that. But, fulfillment. Okay. It's almost like this sense of, maybe for some of you, there was an individual who thought they had more time, who thought they had time to like consider things, to mull things over, to like come to terms with certain types of yada yada yada. And then they realize, oh dang, you moved on. You just like picked up and just you're done with it. And it's almost this sense of they suddenly realize like, but wait, no, wait. They want you to wait. Ooh. It's been complicated for whoever this is. It's been complicated, right? Their fear of a lack of success has really gotten the best of them. And now it's it irks me because it's like it's constant wishy-washy, constant wishy-washy. There's nothing worse to me than a person who just nonstop, constant wishy-washy, nonstop, right? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's the lack of commitment, it triggers me because I can be wishy-washy and that irritates me about myself. So, this is a person who's been super de duper wishy-washy and now they're almost like they're almost deciding like I need to follow this through, right? I need to follow through with this. I need to do what I need to do. I need to like work up the courage. They're about to enter into a space of fulfillment. Mm. They don't want to be invisible anymore. They don't. They want, I guess, to be recognized. They want to be able to play with you. Um Oath in reverse. This was a promise that was made on a soul level. And now they're realizing they haven't really made good on that promise. The promise that was made between the two of you has nothing to do with romance, guys. This has nothing to do with romance. It has everything to do with the way souls come together to perform certain types of miraculous works, right? Understanding in reverse. So maybe it was this sense of like they didn't understand the gravity. I feel like I'm making excuses for this person, whoever this is. I feel like I mean it's constant excuses. It's annoying. But at the same time, I can be very just cut and dry when I am making my decision about things. And so maybe there's something that needs to be revisited. Except for stalkers, nothing ever needs to be revisited with stalkers. Those are piece of shit people. Talking about you, Swiss Satan. Fuck you. Anyways, um, yeah, no. If it's really, really toxic, sorry for that. I had to get that off my chest. um, if it's been really, really toxic, like intentionally toxic, they've been intentionally hurtful, harmful. Fuck them, yo. Fuck them. Do not gaslight yourself into a space of trying to talk yourself into like, oh, maybe they need. No, 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 meow. No. I'm being absolutely serious. Don't, don't, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. You don't need to rehash that kind of BS. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Okay. Don't be trying to make this about someone who has harmed you, ridiculously harmed you. Don't. Don't do that. Allow yourself to love yourself enough to know what you deserve and don't deserve. If you don't know what you deserve yet, that's fine. That might take some time. At least know by now what you do not deserve. Okay? So, a vision. Aphrodite. Don't. Vision. Aphrodite. So, okay. You're seeing visions of what? I had a vision of love. And it was all that you've given to me. So he didn't really give you love. He just gave you a vision. He sold you a story. They sold you a story. You take that story, you rip pages out of that storybook, you use it to clean the caca off your butt and throw it away. Throw it away. Throw that shit away. People like that. Let me, girl, girl, stop. 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 Ooh. 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 Okay, we're done. We're done with all the squeals and stuff. Okay. High priestess of water. Allow yourself to enter into the space of being the high priest or priestess that you are. Flow. Flow. Allow the liquid flow within you, right? That hydroplasma, that energy, the rejuvenation, allow it to flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. So, the person that is being referenced for whoever this reading is for, this is not someone who sees you with lust, right? I just, people who think like, oh, Emmy doesn't understand. We have a soul connection, Emmy. No, you're just lusting after me because you can't have me. I don't care. I don't want you. I don't want you. Like, I'm totally serious. Look me in my eyes. I'm not even blinking. I don't want you. Leave me alone. Right? Right? It's not about people like that. This is something that is very, very high level divinity type stuff. This is like, I get so irritated with the way all of this BS caca stuff is spread about twin flame stuff. It was never about the romance. It was never about the romance. It wasn't. People are going to be like, okay, but Emmy, twin flames are real because Jesus and Mary Magdalene are twin flames. Tell me where in any scriptures they talk about the courting process between Jesus and Mary. They talk about the work those two did. They talk about the effects on the community. They don't talk about Jesus paid, you know, 2 dried fish, to get Mary a bouquet of roses, to get Mary uh, a dozen chocolate chip cookies, that they went on a date. He took her to the riverbank to watch the sunset. They didn't talk about none of that shit. They talked about the work that was done by the two to positively affect the community, to reduce the effects of the Pharisees, the fallacies that were taught. But here we are, all modern and amazing, and just all we care about is like, who can I affix this sign on so that I can justify having sex with them? I mean, you know what I'm saying is that you go ahead and you do what you want. You fornicate with whoever you want. That's none of my business. You don't need to involve spiritual stuff. You don't need to justify. When you want to have whatever intimate encounters you want to, that's on you. You just, you do what you need to do. What makes you happy, be safe in your whatever, and leave, stop mixing the spiritual into basic human um cardinal desires, you know? Um, yeah, I don't read for Virgo. The sign says Pisces just for the algorithm. It's for everyone. If you need a reading specifically for you, I would recommend getting a private reading. So that way it's, custom tailored to you. But I do general readings for all signs. Um, whatever this is, because it alternates a little bit back and forth with a person's um internal conflict, right? They're having an internal conflict because there is that spiritual component that also then gets slightly muddled um with the, wait, did I say spiritual? The spiritual and the all of that gets all muddled for this person. And so it's hard to separate them. When it comes to the spiritual aspect of this connectivity, I'm glad you saw it. When it comes to the spiritual aspect of this connectivity, it has nothing to do with human desires to procreate with another. It has nothing to do with that. Whatever this reading is, it was something that was once forbidden, but now I guess it's being realized that it's not going to go away, so it's not something that is necessarily forbidden anymore. Their sense of it being forbidden is dissolving, right? And with that, they're now realizing they're not wanting to let go of being in proximity so that they can better understand the things they're needing to learn. This is not about being around your crush. This is about allowing yourself to learn and grow and better understand what needs to be understood. Um, so the equator to make equal. So I think the problem here is that someone is feeling as though they are not equal, right? So it's either they're feeling like they're not good enough for you, or you're feeling like you're not good enough for them, even in a platonic capacity. Protection cave. So this is about what's been happening. Someone has been in a cave of protection, and it's just been, a very, very interesting journey for them. um, sorry. Mm. Do 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 do. All right. I just had to look at something. I had to look at this. So, um, life, breath. Just really allowing yourself to breathe through things. There's a lot going on with energies. There's a lot going on with potentialities. That superficial level of existence is no longer enough for most of us. We're looking for a depth of connection. You can develop a depth of connection with someone who's never had a past life with you, with someone who's not into spirituality, with someone who you're not affixing these spiritual labels on. You can have a very profound depth of connectivity with someone else. And I think that's what's needing to be established, a very deep connection and allowing yourself to breathe, to exhale everything that's no longer necessary, right? um I'm sorry guys. There's a lot of energy and there's a lot of energy and it's causing disruptions in my ability to focus. Okay. So, certain cycles have come into completion. The sun is setting on these things, right? Maybe the sun is setting on the anger, the expectation, those type of things. Maybe it's setting on the entire circumstance, the connection. I'm not too sure, but there's a setting. There's a missing piece of the puzzle that's being put into where it needs to be. Definitely missing piece of the puzzle, right? Motion, air, allowing yourself to be like the breeze, an externalization of that breath. A breeze is the equivalent of the earth breathing, creation exhaling gently, right? Joy and music. Find the rhythm to the dance that you're living right now. Life is like a dance and there's a rhythm to it. Don't be a Kim Kardashian. She's got no rhythm. Oh my gosh. Okay. Be your best self always, regardless of what happens with whatever this connection is, whether it's a message of you needing to just let it go and kind of be on your way, or if it's a message to let go of the toxicity that's caused you to push aside the connections that you need. Um, you just need to always be the best, most greatest expression of the self possible. Be true to your heart. What do you really want? Be true to your heart. You know, if you know what you want, go for what you want. If you don't know what you want, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Something needs to happen though. This it can't be allowed to stay in this holding tank for as long as it's been. Um, oof, oof. There's a lot of frequency running through. Um, There's a lot of frequency. Yeah. Look. Card number 26, be true to your heart, right? 2 plus 6 is 8. And then the next card is card number 17. 1 plus 7 is also 8. When you're true to your heart, you experience infinite blessings. I think this is about a blockage that's taken place because of fear of connection. It's time to renew the peace. It's time. It's time to renew the peace. Ideal course of action. There is no ideal course of action. It's in reverse. You kind of just need to let yourself flow with what's happening. Card number 22, leap of faith. Mm. It's almost like someone's needing to take that leap of faith. Mm. I'm considering being a self-saboteur right now. Um, I don't know. I'm just feeling some agitation, and I'm feeling these intrusive thoughts that are telling me to go onto Facebook and block people. um I would love to. Michael says, "Don't you dare." Why? Why don't I dare? Why? Why? But why? Why can't I block people? I would like to. He goes, "Don't you dare." You suck. Michael sucks. Anyways, don't worry, it's none of you guys. Anyways, card number 29, contemplation. See what I'm saying? I'm so seriously contemplating this. Uh-huh. There's something that needs to be contemplated. I don't know if y'all need to block people from your life. I don't know who I'm picking up on, but that's kind of the feel is that I need to block somebody. Um, hmm. Okay. So it's this thing of like moths are shadow. You have shadowy thoughts across your head. And if you can overcome that, you then begin to ride upon the shadow. You ride upon the wings of shadow and you are illuminated by the things that have been kept hidden, right? They are things that have been kept hidden. Let love be your beacon, but it's in reverse. The beacon was turned off. The beacon was turned off, so there's something going on and it's everything in good time. You can't rush these things. You cannot rush them. You need to allow for the flow and you need to allow yourself to recognize when your frustration is not from a lack of progress, but it comes from feeling insecure and needing the confirmation that will give you the courage to remain patient. Oh shit. Are you serious right now? I need my chicken nugget light. That was just so uncalled for. So, are you patient or are you just full of fear? And that's why you're needing the confirmation. That's why you're needing the absolute to happen, right? Where there's no questions. You know exactly where you stand. I think that comes from a space of insecurity. And, sometimes we go through insecurities. We get through it. We work through it. And you need to. You need to work through it. So, okay, I'm going to go live on TikTok. And actually, I don't know. I might need to get just going because I need to do stuff. But yeah, no, I think I might go live on TikTok. Go catch me over there and give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell and join me when I'm live. Bye, everyone.